So y'all, so look, today we're gonna make us an Italian cream cake from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Nothing box, you hear me? Everything from scratch, you know what I'm saying? So look, we got 2 2/3 cups of cake flour. We got a cup of coconut, and this is 4 ounces. So this might be a cup of pecans. So you gotta put this together for sure to make that. So we got buttercream, you know what I'm saying? Milk. Buttercream milk, this like one, is it 1.5 cup, and then you got 12 teaspoons of butter. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna need that to do reverse cream method. Then we got a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. You know what I'm saying? We got 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Then we got a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You need 2 eggs, and then this right here, this is gonna be the maker. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be the maker. That's that almond extract, pure. You know what I'm saying? Straight pure, cut. You know what I'm saying? So we finna get into it. All right, y'all. First things first, you want to mix all your dry ingredients in together. Now, everybody do things different in the kitchen, which is cool. But what I'm gonna say is, if you miss anything, just go ahead and add it in there. Cake is cake. It's still gonna make out to be the same way. Now, if you miss something and don't put it in there at all, your cake might not rise and it may fall. So let's get straight to it, man. All right, the next step we're gonna do is starting our reversing cream method. And basically what that is mixing our softened butter with all our dry ingredients. Now you need 12 teaspoons of butter softened so it can be nice and moist. And it's just gonna be hella far, you know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Now you wanna put in 1 by 1 so that butter can get incorporated with all the ingredients in the inside. Let's go. As y'all going through the process of this reversing creaming method, the batter will start looking crumbly and sandy, which is okay. Don't get discouraged or anything, but it's going to turn out good, you dig? What I'm doing now is adding both eggs to the buttermilk and also adding the almond and vanilla extract. We're going to get that a little whisk, and then we're going to finish the process. And this is where all the fun begins. Mix the wet and dry ingredients together and give it a mix. And the Goofy of the Year award goes to me. Man, we need 2 cups of sugar to finish this process. Now we're going to put that in and give it a final mix. Say, this is the last step to the cake batter. We're going to fold in coconuts and pecans. And once we get that folded in, we're going to put them in cake pans and get the bacon. Now, when you do this, you want to fold the outside in. Not too much mixing because you're already mixing. You don't want to over mix it. Now, this is the folding method right here, outside in. It's just a step for you to take. Now what we about to do is we about to put the cake batter in 2 9-inch pans lined with parchment paper with butter around the edges. Now, it's supposed to be 3 layers. I don't have 3 pans. So I'm going to do it the ghetto way. Don't judge me. And once these 2 done, I'm going to use one of them just so I can make that 3rd layer. All right, man, let's go. So now we're finna make this cream cheese icing. Now what you need for this is 16 ounces of cream cheese. You're gonna need 2 sticks of butter softened. You're gonna need a 1/2 teaspoon of the almond extract and a whole teaspoon of the vanilla extract. We're gonna get this all creamed up and whipped up right before we put the powdered sugar in. All right, now y'all can see that it's all whipped up and creamed up without no lumps and bumps. Now we're going to eyeball a teaspoon of vanilla extract and a 1/2 teaspoon of the almond extract. You don't want to put too much of either or because it's going to leave a strong taste to it. All right, y'all, this is the last ingredient to that cream cheese icing. It's that pure white powdered sugar. Now, you're going to need 8 cups. You might not want to use all of it if you don't want to, but God did. So you only want to put 1 cup at a time just so it won't spread everywhere. Let's get to it, y'all.
Raise up my sleeve, you can see it in my veins. I'm just trying to stay focused, but it's driving me insane to walk a mile up in my shoes. Watch how the soul suck up the pain. Back then, how lonely.
So what I'm doing now is scraping the sides for all the excess powdered sugar that didn't get mixed in. Took us some time to do this, but man, look at this icing, y'all. Real deal icing, man. It's real deal homegrown icing. So now when we done, we're gonna put this to the side so we can get our pecans and our coconuts in that oven. Let's go. Right here, I'm showing y'all what the cakes look like and putting a toothpick in just to make sure it's done. Next, what we're going to do is scrape that thing around the edges, then put them all on the cooling rack so they can finish cooling right before you icing them. You don't want them too hot to icing, and this icing going to melt, and it ain't going to stick. It's just going to be a tragedy. All right, so bro, I ain't going to fake it. This might be the best part. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start icing the cake, but you want to put some on the bottom layer just so that foundation won't move around as you icing it. Now, if you don't, then that's just up to you, but it's going to take some time for that.
Man, it been so fucking long since we been hurt for all this pain. Wishing you was here, we know shit not gonna be the same. Live up to your name and never put nothing above you. It's crazy how you left to see how many people love you. It's just a feeling.
Now, I ain't no pro yet, but when it comes to icing the layers of your cake, you want to put a nice amount in between just so it can have good stability and be level. Now, you want to save some just so it can go around the whole cake. Don't use too much.
Raise up my sleeve, you can see it in my veins. I'm just trying to stay focused, but it's driving me insane to walk a mile up in my shoes. Watch how the soul suck up the pain. Back then, how lonely nights when I can't sleep. Sit back and face the L, cause the feelings got me beat. Never take your life for granted, but I'm wishing you was here. Been seeing you in that castle, and today I shed a tear. And since you been gone, yes, I've been fighting with depression. Can't trip out yesterday, I'll get on my knees and count my blessings. You make my heart cold, and I wish my heart was colder. In this place I live without you ever since I gotten older. Man, it been so fucking long since we been hurt for all this pain. Wishing you was here, we know shit not gonna be the same. Live up to your name and never put nothing above you. It's crazy how you left to see how many people love you. It's just a feeling we get inside when we cry, we cry. The world we living only strong survive. I hate to see you in that all black hearse. They say they could die young. Ask God why you take me first.
Now, I'm going to finish icing the third layer and put a thin layer around the cake. Now, it's to each his own on this step, but I put it in the fridge for 10 to 15 minutes just to catch the crumbs. Now, you don't have to. It's totally up to you, but that's what I prefer. Now, we back after 10 to 15 minutes. Don't worry about the shirt. I had to change that. But you see there's no crumbs. And now what we're going to do is we're going to finish icing it and put the finishing touches on it. So this is an angle spatula that I've been using. Now, to smoothen out the icing around the whole cake, you're really supposed to use a bench scraper. But I'm using what I can and in the timely manner that I have. So With that being said, I tried my best with using this and smoothing out the cake, so see how it turned out. Now we almost done. That's my coconut and pecan that I put in the oven. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna decorate this cake with those and get our finishing touches on this cake and we'll be done.
I gotten older. Man, ain't been so fucking long since we been hurt for all this pain. Wishing you was here, we know shit not gonna be the same. Live up to your name and never put nothing above you. It's crazy how you left to see how many people love you. It's just a feeling we get inside when we cry, we cry. The worry living only strong survive. I hate to see you in that all black hearse. They say they could die young. Ask God why you take me first.
Now it's time to pipe it up. So I'm using an open star piping tip. As you can see, I started rushing in the beginning. So when you do this, you gotta make sure you take your time. So that was the downfall of this, but can't wait to see how it look when it's done.
Man, ain't been so fucking long since we been hurt for all this pain. Wishing you was here, we know shit not gonna be the same. Live up to your name and never put nothing above you. It's crazy how you left to see how many people love you. It's just a feeling we get inside when we cry, we cry. The worry living only strong survives. I hate to see you in that all black hearse.
This is the finishing product of Italian cream cake. Hopefully I taught y'all a couple things about how to make a cake from scratch. It's not my best work, but next time I make one, it will be perfect. Thank y'all for stopping by and tune in for the next video.